Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of SnowTown here in City Skylines. Guys, last episode we finally added in, well, the beginning of our brand new highway system. We got our first little highway in, got our first little on and off ramp area to bring people in, and it's set up perfectly. We're going to continue it today as you want to create two more on and off ramp areas. One close to the industrial area and another one by the export area as well, which is going to be really handy. And I want to finally get in our first bit of public transport within SnowTown. It's finally time that we get the residents moving around, and hopefully we can get some more expansions done, more commercial, more industry, and of course more residential, so we can make even more cash, money, moolah. We're kind of getting all the fundamentals set up right now before we can start doing all the fancy stuff in SnowTown, but damn, it looks so cold there. What's weird is, at the time of me recording this right now, the UK has had a little mini heat wave over the last couple of days. It's so freaking hot here. It's so freaking hot in this room I'm in right now recording this episode, and yet I'm staring at what I look like. Well, I think it looks like paradise right now. It looks so cool there. God damn it, you fools. So as always, guys, if you do enjoy SnowTown and want to see more, please make sure you smash that like button down below if you are new in here. Make sure you subscribe so you know when the next episode comes out. But let's talk about what we do today. So, public transport. I want to incorporate at least two. I want to do a tram system, and by a tram system I'm going to do one tram loop. So if I take the border outskirts of this road going around, that'll be a nice little tram loop. Now I know it's the outskirts, but it's not too far from the center where people can walk to the trams, if that makes sense. And eventually when I build around this area here, the trams are in the perfect location. Then, I want to get a subway line that cuts through the middle of the whole tram loop, which takes us directly down to the industrial area. If I can get those two in today, I'll be pretty happy, but I know it costs a lot of money. I got 167,000 in the bank right now. We do have quite a big residential demand, which will place down some more residential. And I also want to work at the highway. So this is what we got in last episode. If you didn't see it, guys, I highly recommend checking it out because we created a beauty. Here's our only on and off ramp section just there. I want to create another on and off ramp section round about here. And then the highway's going to bend down, turn and go up this way. And I want to create like a little junction where they can slip on and on to the export area. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Now, a couple of you guys sent me some really good screenshots. I went into overview mode here. Sent me a couple of really good screenshots of ways in which we can do roads and stuff and systems and whatnot on Twitter and Discord. Guys, I do appreciate it. Some of your ideas looked so damn good. I'm going to try and incorporate some of them into the series. But I'm pretty excited. So, I think first things first then. Before we do the public transport system, I want to do the highway. Because I can get all that set up, leave it to do what it's got to do, and then I can work on the public transport system myself. The only thing I will do beforehand is, do we have water here? Yeah. I'm going to drop down here some high density residential just to satisfy that demand that we have right now. What's unemployment like? It's very low, so it's going to rise slightly now with the influx of new people moving in. Thus will create more commercial industrial demand, so I can build up those areas a little bit more. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, so what I'm going to do then, I'm going to get this highway, and I'm going to extend it slightly. We'll extend it by, we'll extend it directly to there. That's good. And then we'll pick a nice little point to work with our little on and off ramp. And we're going to create something and bend something quite nice into it. So what I think I'll do, and I've got to try and figure out the best way to work with this. So I want to create, what's the best way to kind of come off like that and to go on. That, yeah, it's probably the best way to do it on both sides. I was thinking about like flipping it around where it kind of goes like that, which would also kind of work. But then that, do you know what? It could work. It could work. Let me just kind of get to grips with how the road system is going to work in many ways. So it doesn't need to be too crazy. It just needs to be very simple road coming off. And if I just pick this for now as an experiment, right, we'll use this section. And the traffic goes up in this right-hand side, which if I bend around that way, will go to there. And then that will come down to there, which will cross over, which is not what I want. So instead, if I allowed that to bend that way, and then that one goes over and out, yeah, that's the perfect way to do it. So if I brought this out by another 10, you're probably thinking, yo, Seniac, are you literally talking jibber jabber right there? almost. But like, just a bit. I've got the idea. So if I bend this up now by 5 by 5, and I gotta try and mimic it both. Do you know what? I could even mimic it both ways, or I could stagger them and have the one on this side be a mirror image. Like this one connects there, but then this one connects here. So it kind of mirror images them. I think that would be a nice little design, wouldn't it? I think that would be quite cool. Well, hopefully. I'm hoping it will be. Right, we'll bring it out by another 5. So we'll try and do both sides symmetrical. Right, there we go. And then we're going to bring them in. For some reason that car wants to do a little U-turn. So we do another 5 by 5. And I will have all this elevated. And I will change the type of road as well. 5 by 5. Nice. I'll also turn it into a highway road, because that's something else that we got to do. So let's actually do that now. Highway road. Let's quickly update that. Update that to a highway road. And we need to elevate it. So push it up. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And if I pick these 2 points here, and we'd say to those 2 points there that we want to align it to the height of the highway. And then we pick this point, and we'll do it now gradually. So from there to there, we want it to be a sloped object. So we have a nice little incline. Do the same on this side. Align it, sloped incline. There we go. Looks a little bit more natural. And then we get it all set up. So how it's going to work then. And if we can do this right now. So we're going to go a 10 by a 7. Do you reckon that looks okay? Right, 10 by 7 there. And then there. We have to use the and key. There. Right, let's see how this would work. We've got to kind of push it down. How does something like that look? You can see how it works right now. And what we'll do, we'll upgrade that road there just to a single 2-lane. So we, you know, not creating too much issues. I mean, it's not really fancy, but it can definitely do the job. So if I go a 9 by 10. 9 by 10, but obviously this one has to flip around. And then with the move it tool, we kind of put a nice little bit of spice on that bend. That's a lot better, isn't it? And if I upgraded that road there to the 2-laner, that's a way that we can go, yo, boy. Oh, no. It's how we keep the traffic flowing, isn't it? You kind of, oh no, undo. You kind of can't do what I want it to do, but that's how it would kind of work. So if you turn it off, you turn off there. Actually, I can just make that whole thing straight, can't I? And keep the lane management there. It's just a way that we don't get traffic tripping up on itself. So 3-lane goes into a 2 when the off ramp comes into play, and it becomes a 3 again when the on ramp comes in. So traffic can leave and merge smooth. There we go. That's kind of what we want. Now I've got to try and mimic that. I like the shades as well, as if like, you know, a lot of vehicles turn off, so there's less ice and snow on the road. And they're already using it. There's already somebody using it right now. So that'll be interesting. So it was a 10 by 9 that we kind of went with then. I got to try and replicate this. This is going to be fun. 10 by 9. 10 by 9. But then obviously we flip that one back. And if I can get this the same. Right, that is literally just a quick one. And So it looks like that gap there. Oh, that gap looks a lot bigger because I haven't done this into a... Do you know what? I don't think I could have got it any more perfect. Unless I copied and pasted it. So, set all that up as well. There's all the lane management. Alright, looks good. So now then we just give them time to start using it. We're going to have traffic here. So for now I'll turn the traffic lights off. And if I set it up as well... Actually, you know what? I won't do any lane management. Just there. We'll just see how it kind of goes. We'll just see how that kind of goes. But it should work fine. There's a couple of vehicles now. Yeah, a lot of them turn off. Now turning on. Which will reduce the amount of traffic generally on the road. Because at the minute, these guys here have to either drive up there, down here to hit the highway. Or drive through here, go up to hit the highway. If they can do it here, it's a little extra benefit to them. Actually, I kind of like that. I really do. I really do. Right, we've got that set up then. I'm going to extend it further down, bend it up, and do this. But before I do that, we'll kind of break it up a bit. We'll give them time to start using that, and then we'll work with our little public transport system. So we're now closing in on 9,000 residents in SnowTown, which is glorious. People are moving in over here, which is good to see. And let's think about this public transport system. So I want to go with the trams. So we need to upgrade our little route, meaning tram tracks here. We're going to upgrade every single road we want to use. So if I upgraded these... Oh, no, wait, wrong type of road. Is that a tram track? Yeah, I need the road. So people can still drive down it. So we're doing our little outer loop here, which should be pretty cool. I don't know if it would delete any buildings. I'm not too sure. I hope not. I don't think it will. There's no need for it to, because we're literally replacing a road. Right, it's going down to the very end. But they're going to love the fact that they can now get some pretty solid transport. And once we've got this set up, we'll then take a look at our little metro line that we're going to create. So get all that in. There we go. So that is now in. It's kind of hard to see because obviously you can't tell until we set the line up. But I got to get the tram depot in as well. Now this is... Where do I get something like this in? Do I place it like in there to fill that gap? Do I... No, it's too big for there. Next to the park area. Do you know, we'll throw it in here. Right? Just because... Let me get the anarchy back off now. This road will eventually elevate and go up. So we won't really have buildings either side of it. Because it eventually becomes a bridge going across. So that would be a good little place to pull it. Right, so with that in, we're now going to create 2 tram loops. So one going clockwise, one going anti-clockwise. And we'll start them off at the park here. So which is this one going this way. So it would be nice to have them stop off every so often. To really utilize these trams. I think that would be pretty cool. There. We'll stop there. We'll stop there. Stop. Ooh. Stop here. There. 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 And then the last one just there. And then literally mimic the same stops, but going in the opposite direction. So the more I place down, the more I can utilize it. And potentially, I don't know if we will, maybe try and break even. But we need a lot more passengers to be able to break even on this. But they should love it. I mean, I'm already getting happy faces appearing every time I place down a stop. And there we go. So our 2 tram loops are now added in. And we'll give them time. So are we now got not enough power? Yeah, we're losing a little bit of power. So we need some more power systems on the go. And we don't really have a fast flowing river. Because it would be nice to have a hydro plant at some point. But where are my power options at the moment? So you got a couple of wind turbines. It's pretty much only over here. This produces between 112 and 160. That is 80. Nuclear power plant. At some point we need to build that, but it's too expensive at the minute, so I'm just going to do another solar power plant. There we go. That's also expensive, but it doesn't break the bank as much. And that should give us our little power. Trams will now be on the go. And this is a good one as well, because it's near the park stop here, so we might get a lot more people walking through the park. Oh my good god, you see the amount of people are using the park? Holy moly. But yeah, we might get a few more people using it because they walk to the tram stop that way. I didn't realize that many people were using it. No, look at all the cars in the snow. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Okay, right, we've done the tram line then, so let's go back to the highway. How are you doing over here then? So not seeing any major traffic on here, which is good. That's what I like to see. We'll give it time for the tram line to get set up. And for it to like really embed itself as a public transport system. Where there's a stop just there, look, people are already starting to wait. So that'd be quite cool to see how many people do eventually start using it. Right, this then. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going to move this stuff here. And I'm just going to drop it over here for now. And just so it's kind of out the way. Eventually, I will have some proper dedicated areas for all that stuff. Just got to get what I can get going at the minute. Highways then. So this will continue through. So I'm going to have to pause it for a moment because it's going to delete some of my power grids right now. So to there, and I'll push that up to here. Actually, we'll take it to here. Just there. Right, if I just bring that to there, I'll flip it around in just a minute. So having this pass through and the connection not be here means the traffic underneath can flow, and then also traffic can bypass this whole area, the industrial section. And then obviously all they got to do is drive down there to connect to it and off they go. So it's a really good system to kind of have. But then obviously, of course, it's then going to bend up in this direction. So how much have I pushed it away? I've really left nothing, haven't I? Right. So that is going in that... Oh, not enough money. Oh, snap! Right, does the power connect? The power doesn't connect. Can I, for the purpose of all of this, can't even get that in. Right, play. So I got some money coming in. I need 360. Is my money going down still? Nope. Right, just for the purpose of getting that in. I didn't realise how much money I freaking spent then. Right. See, we'll bend this up to there. And then we'll create some flyover routes to have an on and off ramp to the cargo area. Because sometimes you just want, the vehicles just want to get over there and export the stuff. And then once they get off the boat, they want to like get to where they need to get to. So rather than driving up and cutting through, they could either come up to here, turn off there, or turn off there, or eventually hit some of the other highway systems that we'll eventually have, you know, set up throughout. So yeah, we're a little bit short of money, so we'll just kind of leave it for that at the moment. And what I'll do then is we'll build. Should we build some offices around here? Let me just pause. Right, I'm going to actually delete what I just placed in. And I build some offices just here and here as the buffer zone between the highway. Now, if I press play, we'll fast forward. Right. And we have to quickly grab a loan. Just so I can get my power connected again. So we'll take the power from just there. I've anarchied it across just because I have to at this point. So that will get us all back up and running. These guys will all have power again. We'll have a few extra jobs going on with the offices. And again, it becomes a really nice little buffer zone between the highway and the industrial area. Still providing industrial jobs. There we go. If I can freaking say the word correct. Right. Not bad. Not bad indeed. So, are we still seeing lots of people waiting for the trams? Yes, we are. Which is glorious. The tram comes. How many people are on board? There's already 90 people on board of that tram. Got 100 people using it a week. There's 13 stops, 7 vehicles on each. Excuse me, go away. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Right. So, with a little bit of time now passed by, I've actually dropping that industrial stuff down has then created even more jobs. Now, we don't have enough workers, so are we still on the point where we need... Unemployment's at 27%. It could be that it's too far away for them. That could be the other issue, or it could be that they're not educated enough. Do I have any schools? No. I don't have any schools yet. I don't want to place them down at the minute because, you know, costs money. I want to get this set up first because this will be a big factor with moving forward anyway. Right, so I've got the height there. I'm going to bring that up there to there. Bring that down to there. And now this is going to be very interesting to how I try to attempt to connect this. I've also gotten the one way around. Right. So with that going straight, connects to there, and then bends in. Right? Let me pause. This, going straight. But obviously I gotta flip it round. That is the perfect bend for that in that direction. Now, I can get a refund. Because I kind of low-key feel like I need to push it down a bit more. So where that was going to connect up to there. So if I brought that to there. If I brought that to there. And I bring that to there. That to there. And I do the bend off these guys here. So 11. Well, that's going to be so annoying. So 11 by 11 for there. Alright, trying to get the angles again. 17. Where is it? It is there. 17 by 17. That's a little bit better of a bend. Again, running out of money. But that shouldn't have affected anything at that point. So, not enough money for that, which is 2,000. Bam, we're in. That is 1,600. Bam. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, let me put that back on. See, that's a better bend, isn't it? That really is. So let me just flip this around. Well, that's now pointing in the right direction. Oh, we got garbage issues. Ooh. Okay, so garbage issues. We have a large recycling centre there. It would be pretty good if we can get the incineration plant, because that would also provide us with power. Another way to, and also then slowly start destroying the garbage. Doesn't give us much room with the processing rate, but it would definitely help us out slightly. Right, taxes. We now have some offices in, so let's up those taxes. We'll up the high residential. Might as well up them all, just so you know we've got the money coming in. Is everyone complaining? Yeah. We need to sort that out though. I need 30,000 though in the bank. We'll drop down some more offices just here as a way to build up a little bit more extra tax coming in. But you can see the amount of vehicles going down that middle road underneath the highway. to get down to the industrial area. We can literally, hopefully, bypass a lot of that by having them use the highway turn-off ramps. We'll see what we can get out of it, though. Because a lot of it is coming... actually, you know what? No, a lot of it is turning off here to go straight down. We'll see anyway. We'll see. Right, we're getting close. We're getting close to be able to build a incineration plant. I just need 30,000. Come on. There we go. So it won't solve the issue, but it will kind of help it out. It will kind of help it out. So we have a road coming down here, which we need a little slip off. That comes down to there. And this one comes up and a little slip on further up the road. So as the money slowly comes into our bank account, what we're going to do now then, so bring it down to Earth. Is that at 0? Yes. We'll start here. There. There. So do we have it to there? I feel like we should. But I'll bring it up by another 15. And then here by 10. Bring it by 10. We'll do all the slopes and stuff after. So all that's got to do here is we got to create... Well, we should create it here. And it pushes it out. And goes... Wait, I've done it on the wrong side. I've got them in the wrong direction. Right, okay. So... Take it from here. So if that is going to be the straight line there, okay, we need to angle them back a bit. Right, I got a little bit of money back in my pockets now. I'm back into play mode. So elevate this to there. Oh, I deleted. Okay, fine. I'll delete anyway. And then 6 by 6. That goes straight down. So that then there. Where's that? And then flip it round. And then bring that to here. And it will connect him. And then eventually, we'll have to then get like this then passing over to connect to that side. And that passing over to connect to there, but we don't have anything coming from that direction just yet. But then again, I could have it all turn off and hit like a road just here to then funnel them down that way. There's many ways in which we can do that. So let's get this now connected in for a hot minute. Right? And then we got to use the lane managements to say, yo, there's only a certain way you go. And do I switch that up then to a single lane road? Right here? Because we have that now working. Unless I switch that up to a... do we have a... I mean, I could do it like this. But I don't see really much point. To be honest with you. Right, let's get it sorted again. So I'm basically saying, yo, merge over, but sometimes you just don't want it to do that. So if I have that do that, so they can still go straight, that goes in. We'll take off the traffic lights and also the junction restrictions. Allow them to just continue to flow, so there's no stopping and starting. So it's as if it was like a normal road, right? Then let's then select these real quick. We'll do 4 points, and we'll slope them. And here we'll do 4 points. No, we'll do 3 points there because of how longer that is. So slope them. Okay. This is going to be interesting now when I get these connected up. So let's do the first one, which will be this side. And we'll go back in itself so we can kind of play around with the idea. So, right, a 10, no. See, a 9 looks fine there. And I won't shorten that down. Then again, I could. But I mean, Right, there we go. And then this might borderline be like a straight line in. Like that. I mean, I could reduce this whole section there to a 2-lane highway. Let me see how that would look. Have I got the money to do that? So reducing all that to a 2-laner is obviously lane mathematics 101. Now obviously we're not going to see them use it yet, because that road doesn't go anywhere. And at the moment, obviously leaving, we got to create an overpass to fly over. And vice versa. So we might as well get those set up, to be honest with you, because we do need the traffic flying back. That does that then. So it does what it needs to do. That over there does what it needs to do. So technically, as of this moment, I can have vehicles flying straight down and turn off and then come down. But on the way back, they've got to use the normal route until I set something up. So that'll be interesting then, won't it? So still complaining about garbage, but not as bad as it was. So those issues are slowly being taken care of. Looks like we got a couple of fire and police issues, but we should still be okay with that. So with that road then, I've got to create, or got to have set up then the ability to have this side working as well. So if that does that then, so if you come in here, what do you want your first turn off to be? You want to turn off to be able to fly over, and then that one takes place after. So it might be a little bit crazy, these. Do I do the turn off? I did a turn off first, don't I? Yeah. I can have it turn off on... Now, this is the point, right? I have the ability to make them turn off on the left side of the highway. Now, normally you wouldn't do that. That's like a no-no. But it is possible for me to do it. So I can make them turn off there, fly over to connect to there, and then this one here, I could overpass there, or overpass it this way. Which then does mean splitting that into a different type of road. But it is possible. Oh, we got our first vehicle. Well, the first vehicle I've noticed using this. That's pretty sweet. And a lot more vehicles now coming down. Right, let me experiment with this, because it kind of intrigues me, this idea. So if I went from there to there, but this point here, we're taking it up by another 10. Right. And then that 10 there. Well, I want that 10 to go here. But I'm going to have to say here, just come off to delete you and you. Because I want to... Let me see what bend this makes. So that flies over. Now, am I a little bit too far? Should I be on the opposite side? I might need to have it fly over the opposite side so I can bend with it to merge it in. That's what I feel like I need to do. Yeah, let me do that instead. So being at 20, and I put it there to there. With that being straight to here. That flies over that way. Which this will come down and bend down. I got to then change it into 2 lanes and then possibly this into a 6-lane road. We'll be getting somewhere. And then... Alright, by taking the anarchy off, I can have something a little bit more natural. Push that down there. Alright, we'll sort out the layer measurements momentarily. But let me bring this now down to the same object height as that. But then select you and you. Actually, no, that won't work like that. But hold on. I'm trying to get that now. Why will that not go that close? Well, if I did that, I don't know why it's not doing that. But we use the move it tool anyway. Where there's a will, there's a way. And it might be because now I won't be able to do this, but let's just see. Right, to there. So that flies over quite gloriously. We bring this to match that, and then we'll go back by 3 here. No, we actually go back by 4 to slope the objects. And then this will merge into there. That will then become a 2-lane road. Right, but let me just get this in. So that does what that needs to do at that point. And then we would want this to merge into another lane, to fly over into there, and then maybe follow that around and then merge it in that way. This is creating some interesting design points, isn't it? I'm actually liking the idea of it as well, because it reduces traffic. I mean, you can visually see the traffic on that road in the middle slightly reduced. We can reduce it even more once we get this other lane going back the other way. So let me just now then, just so I remember what I'm doing, upgrading that to there. And it might involve me just slightly changing that a bit. Just so I remember what's going on. And I'll sort the lane. Actually, I'll sort the lane management out now while it's in my head. Straight on there. So they pretty much all just merge into that single lane anyway. But then again, I need to. Do you know what? I need to upgrade this. We'll go with trees. Why not? And I gotta change this road as well into a wider. Probably like a 3-lane, 1 direction or something like that. So then this road here gets upgraded. And at some point that will split as well. I think I'll do the split at the same point, so it looks nice. And that lane management there, if we make it go straight, let's see how it kind of turns on. So coming from here, we'll merge into 1. That goes that way, so you know which way you pretty much got to be in and what lane you need to be in when you're on approach. And we'll sort all that out after. So that one's on the outside right now, so let's, wrong type of road. Let's bring this up with us as well to 10. And I think at this point here, we'll start the elevation change up to 20. And we pretty much want it to maybe come down, bend round to there. So let's say I have this set to 20. I've got to somehow get those connected. Right, let's try this curved road then. So if I go by 10, I could do that. Alright, 7 by 7 brings us to that point, which that also works. I just got to sort out the angles and slopes. I got to sort that slope out as well. And then by 20, actually by 10 here, or we do, right, if I do it like that, try and get this to connect to there, but then as I say, delete that, but then I can make the connection happen here. Up a bit more. Yeah. So the lane all works. I want to pause. So before, actually, no, I don't need to pause because I haven't got it connected. Let me just sort out my slopes and angles right now. So select you, you, and you. And we'll slope those objects. Select you, you, you. I'm going to do a gradual slope on these. So that one side elevates. Oh, I should do it to that one as well. So that one side elevates higher than the other. There we go. So you can visually see it going up. That comes across around there. And then comes down to this point. And what I'll do here is we'll take a long shot at it. Slope those a little bit better. And it all goes in a direction. So that's cool. We then change that up to the 2-laner. So we've done the lane management on the opposite side. So bam, there. When it happens over here, bam, there. And we're just going to connect this up here to there. Pause a second. And then this like that. And make sure that these are all stuck in their lanes. So there's no crisscrossing. So when you're joining and leaving the highways on this section, the highway goes from a 3 to a 2 lane. So you're in the correct lane. No one's tripping over one another. It's just, you know, simple lane mathematics. It looks like a really nice junction, that does, doesn't it, at this point? I like that. I like that. And at that point then, I'm good to go. So the only thing I'm now missing, or thing I want to do, is sort out this area. Now for now, I might just keep it as it is, because I still don't know how I'm going to configure it, but I do know I need to make that road a little bit wider. But let's just see what happens. So eventually when we do set up the highway to go that direction, at least we have this junction down here for the export area all set up. I feel quite proud of that. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section, but I feel quite proud of it. I know it might be slightly weird. Ooh, that's dangerous there, isn't it? I know it might be slightly right, can I rotate it? Yeah, I know it might be slightly weird having, oh my goodness me, that turn off on that side, but it kind of makes sense for this build. Right, let me rotate that, put the structure there instead. There we go. Nothing else is crossing over one another, right? Not there. No. It all looks good. It all looks good. So we'll see now what happens. So I'm waiting for that first... Oh, no, I'd say waiting for that first vehicle. There's 2 vehicles there hitting it. So that's 2 less vehicles that go down this road, which free up this road a bit more. So if I go to fast forward then... And just watching you. So not everyone's going to use it, because you're going to get the people who want to drive to here. Or drive straight down there. Or even drive up there to there. It's not until I have all the extended other highway set up where we can utilize it at its best. But it's there, look. Got a 3-wheel trucks there using it. Another one just there. It's pretty cool, isn't it? It is pretty cool. I'm impressed, boys. I'm impressed. But we have a gazillion one other problems now coming in. A little bit of a build up there. They all want to come into this area, don't they? But the road's set up anyway. It's glorious. I love it, man. I love it. So eventually we'll have a highway cutting through here as well, which will be an interchange just there as it passes through. So once we get a junction over there, then they'll start using that here to go through the junction to turn off there to go into the mining industry and vice versa. We'll probably eventually have a little turn off around about here for this industrial area, so they might utilize that more. But the roads are set up wonderful. Impressive. Impressive. So, not enough workers, and we've got no residential demands and high unemployment, so it's literally down to the fact that they're unemployed. Uneducated, sorry. Unemployed? Of course they're unemployed, Zodiac, it's obvious. So we need to start educating people. We really, really do. So I'm going to drop here 10,000 a pop, 2 elementary schools back to back. I'm going to do the same on this side, and what we'll do here is we'll bring this road out. To there and up, and then drop down 2 elementary schools back to back, which I've got just enough to do, which that will provide some basic education for these guys, which gives me the capacity as well. So we can slowly start educating them, and then they can start to get them higher level jobs, what the offices over here are screaming out for. I really like looking at this. I can't wait till we got it extended further up as well, so we get vehicles coming in the opposite direction. But it's a nice little system. It is pretty good. And we're not seeing that much traffic use it as well, so that's another little bonus thrown on, to be honest with you. I can't wait till we get that little flyover road here, another highway set up. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Right, okay, so what's education like anyway? So only 1% now educated. It will take some time for them to be educated. High school, we don't really have much eligibility right now because not everybody has been through elementary school. But to get a high school, again, expensive, but we have the demands. The capacity for elementary. Right, now as time has ticked by, we have 400 people using our little metro system, which is really good. Don't have any big hold-ups on any of the stops, which is a good sign as well. Happy about that. So then we've got to start thinking about, at some point as well then, that metro line. Now, I did want to get it in this episode, but I feel like I'm not going to be able to. Because one, it costs a lot of money, and I have other problems at the moment. Like, even if I did build it, there's not going to be many people using it because not everybody has a job over here because not everybody is educated. So I feel like we need to focus on those education levels at the most part. So do we do some lane management here where that is to turn and that is to go straight on? And I only do it for those just because they're all trying to turn in. And if I have the going straight on a different lane, at least then there's going to be no hold-ups for people who are turning right and there's people who want to go straight on in a different lane. So only something basic and simple as that. Nothing too mental. But it's working wonders, boys. It's working wonders. I'm actually... Can you tell I feel quite proud of what I've built there? But there's always going to be somebody who goes, yo, Sediak, it looks terrible. And I'm going to cry. Leave me alone. Right, education right now. Only 5% educated. The eligibility for high school is starting to increase. So let's get one of those in. So I'm going to place it at the very end just here. How much was that, by the way? That was 24,000. We almost have enough to build another one. So why is that not appearing? Hold on. Oh, because I'm not on that thingy. There we go. There we go. And 24,000 to build a secondary one. I mean, I don't need it yet, but then again, that eligibility is slowly starting to increase. Now, I'll build it right. Should I build it right at the end? Yeah. There we go. So it's like also in a radius for every build over on this side. So education kind of buildings and we placed in. Slowly started to educate the peeps. That was 27%. No, wasn't it 34%? I can't remember, but that is slowly coming down right now then. As more and more people get educated, more and more jobs. Look at the employment now slowly starting to go up. Well, it was. Now it's going back down a bit. Why you do this to me? But unemployment percentage has gone down by 1%. So as more and more get educated, more and more can then get jobs. And so on and so on. It's quite exciting. So it'll be interesting to see as well then, when I do get public transport set up for this area, how it changes the amount of traffic. We're still going to have traffic coming to it. But like, there's still generic traffic, like people transporting over there to work. Do we see many people walking that distance? Yeah. Oh, okay, so they walk it anyway. At the moment. So it's not too far for them. But we can definitely get them using the subway system, which will be great. Really would be. Population's dipped down a bit. But that's okay. Unemployment at this point, 19%. Education, 9%. 10% educated. So we're making some moves, boys. We're making some moves. And I think for today, we're going to end it here. It's been quite a positive little episode, hasn't it, guys? It really has. We've got some public transport set up right now. Are we making any money off it? I doubt it, because it's still underused. So that's fine. Yeah, so we got public transport now set up. That park, losing a little bit more money because people are now transporting by the public transport. Yes, we got public transport loop set up. We have some schools now in place for the education system. We've added in our brand new on and off ramp section just here for the highway. We've done the little on and on section over here for the highway for the export area to bypass a lot of the traffic, which is going to be good. So we really see that being utilized more when we get more industry placed around. Gotta think about that secondary highway line. And that's going to pass through, but that won't be until us, eventually start thinking about building over here. Again, which will be also exciting. I might just kind of get it set up for the fact that having it connected to that highway over there. So it will kind of like come off there, bend across here, go straight across that way. And then the road here will go straight across to this connection over there. So we'll have two bridges to begin with. One normal road and then one highway style. And then we'll see if we can create like a slip road. Because it's going to tear through. It's going to be like one lane here, one lane there. So we still have the residential on the either side of it, on the opposite side there. So we'll see if we can create like a little slip road maybe. I don't know if we're going to be able to. But that would be pretty cool if we could try and attempt to. But for the most part, we're going to end it for here, guys. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please smash that like button down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.